Giant versus giant. CC Moore live system versus mainline cell. It's battle of the baits. So for this battle of the baits, we are down at Elphicks. We are on Prairie Lake. The carp go to 40 pounds in this lake, and there's quite a big head of 30 pounders, a few 20s. There's some smaller fish. The bailiff, as I came in to the site, said if I do catch any fish around £10 to stick them in these floating nets in the lake, because he wants to get the smaller fish out. But I don't care what size fish I get as long as we catch. Well, that was just under 30 pounds on Prairie Lake at Elphicks Fishery. If you stand on the road bank, I'm fishing down the left side of the lake. That X marks my swim. And out to the tip of the island, I've got both my battle of the baits rods side by side, here and here. And my third rod down to the right there. Right, both nets are set up so I can now put one rod out. This rod is going to go in the margins on a Ronnie rig with a pop-up. Couldn't get much closer, could you? So this is what I'm doing with both battle of the baits rods. It's going to be a snowman rig with a pop-up, so that shall sit up off the bottom like that on a heli safe rig. Happy days. All three rods are out for now. Hang on, I ain't put the bobbins on. So, bobbins on. Back to the bivvy erection. You know what? I don't understand how the ground sheet goes in. I don't know if it attaches to the outside underneath. There's no pegs. There's just hoops and another hoop. Hoop to hoop. It don't work. First catch of the day. Is it like one of those magic tricks where you put the ring inside the ring, but it don't go? Look, I don't know what you do. I'm going to just leave it like that, I think, as long as it don't rain too hard. Well, old John Wilson next door to me, he's hooked another fish. Can you see the line? And you know what, he's not fishing tight to the island. Maybe that's a clue. Oh. Nice one, mate. He's in. I think he might have caught your other line, but it's a nice mirror. Yeah, he's a deep old fish. Oh, with the sling, it's sound 32. That can't be right, can it?
No, it can't be. That's his ounces. Is this ounces? Or?
Ounces?
Yeah.
320 pound. Yeah. Not bad. Yeah, 320 ounces. How'd you change that? Do you know how to change it? Well, he's a nice fella. He's on his 6th fish of just today, and so he's doing really well. And he's even showed me his rigs, his bait and everything. So just to let you know, Ronnie rigs are doing the business. I think I'm actually sorted, folks. I'll show you in my new quarters. Hello, Carpy. Let's sit on the bed. In here, some food. There's so many random bits in there, but it's good. You just bung it all in one big bag. This size, I got one of them Avid double tabletop things on there. I've got my little tablet so I can watch some stuff later if it's quiet. Hopefully I won't have to. Hopefully these rods will spring into life. The fella next door goes home in a couple of hours, so maybe I'll have to do a quick swim move. He showed me where he's baited up and everything, so yum yum. Right folks, even though I'm set up, I'm happy where the rods are, I'm moving swims. The fella who's had a couple since I've been here, he's just starting to pack up. I'll be silly not to go into his spot. He's had 6 fish. Let's do it. So not far to move swims, just shifting 2 swims along into Cole's swim. He's done really well there so far. So rods out to the island again, but not off the point. Shifting them further along the island, there and there, pretty much where Cole was casting to. And a third rod again, down to the right in the margin. Here's my daughter drawing my car and a picture of myself. So new swim. I want to do exactly what the other fellow was doing, catching because it was working. So PVA bags on both rods, left and middle, out to, not up to the island, maybe a rod length off, kind of open water. Come on the carp. New swim, new spots for the baits. It's just a waiting game now. 6 in the evening. It'd be nice to have a fish before dark, eh? I was fortunate, I was filming at the perfect time. And this isn't a rod that's in the competition, this is the margin rod. Down to the right. It's tugging. Don't think it's a monster, but it's our first fish. Let's see what happens. Wow, he's going for it. I better stop it, he's going a bit crazy. Come back. He's going all the way down the bank. Let's try and gain some line. He's not a monster, but it'd be nice to catch one. Oh, wow. Bloody hell, they're lunking, aren't they? He must be tired after that. Well, this ain't a bad fish at all. Oh. Well, that says 34 pound free with the sling, so that's heavy. Oh. What a first fish. Wow, I didn't even have time to film it. It just swam off. What happens when you're fishing 3 rods in a tight swim? I've knocked both my other rods off. Right, I've plonked the right hand rod back down, roughly in the same spot. I've put out about 5 poults of cell pellets and I'm just sticking out 6 cell boilies. Not a lot of bait, but enough to stop another carp in its tracks. I think my neighbour's got a fish. Well, my neighbour next door that way, it's probably 17-18 pound mirror. Left rod. I think there's something on it. Well, that's where the bobbin ended up. Yeah, nothing there. So I've moved all the bobbins quite a distance, at 5 inches from this, so if there's, get off fly attacking me. If there's any movement in the night time and I'll get up to check, I'll see if that's closed up. Which means I could possibly have lost my bait. Anything could have happened, so it's a good indication just to check. Where the other fellow was here, I found his boilies. He showed me what he's using anyway. They're pineapple 12mm pop-ups. They definitely did the business for him. The fish I just had was on a 15mm cell pop-up on a Ronnie rig. So cell is in the lead, but you can't count it really because my 2 Battle of the Baits rods are side by side out there. My 3rd rod, which is on cell also. Sorry, flies on me. It's also on a cell down in the margin, and that's what I call the fish on. So what we need is one of these 2 rods to go off, and whichever does will be in the lead. Cup of tea. So that was a lovely first fish, eh? Couldn't be happier about that. I need to make some more PVA bags up before darkness sets in. It's a pain making them if it's dark, so let's make a few up just in case we get action through the night. Right, zip that up. Food inside, especially after that session on the North Lake where the mouse ate my chocolate croissant. Bloody thing. Good morning. No fish through the night. Had a few knocks, a few double beeps that got me jumping out of the bed, checking the bobbins and see if anything had happened, but no proper takes, no proper runs. Tempted to switch it, change them both over to Ronnie rigs, because that's what I caught the fish on in the margin. So oh, message. It's so handy having these quick link swivels. Look, just changing over to a Ronnie rig, don't take 10 seconds. So Ronnie rigs going on both of the Battle of the Baits rods. Let's see if it can change our luck. Whoa. So all three rods are back out on their spots. Ronnie rigs on all three rods. It's time for breakfast. I'm feeling hungry. Let's get the kettle going, cup of tea. Something else I had in my bag with me. Some Himalayan pink salt. I don't suppose it really matters what kind of salt you've got, but the carp do love salt. Some people, they say they prefer it before spawning. Some people say after spawning, and I guess some people probably use it all year round. If nothing happens in a few hours, I might even trim the baits down, make them smaller so I can get them to close to a size 12 boilie shape. Bit of sculpturing, is that the word? So I'm going to turn them into 12 mils. See if that turns the fish onto them or not. So plan B, or it could be plan C, or D, or E, I'm not sure. Anyway, this is gonna go on my margin rod. Carl, who was in the swim before me, was catching on yellows. Let's give these a try. There were so many bubbles fizzing that I couldn't ignore it, so I took it from the right hand margin, cast over to where the bubbles are, and what I did, I put on a smaller lead. I didn't want to create a lot of disturbance, so I changed leads, smaller lead, feathered it down, and we just need some fish, folks. Check this out, a long hula hoop. New plan. Fish are not biting at the minute, so trimming pop-ups, much smaller than what they were. Come back, as you can see, and I'm thinking smaller baits might be the way to nick a bite or two. Stay. Are not feeding. You can't do much about that, can you? You might be able to trick one or two, but when they're not on the feed, you're not going to be catching them, are you? Well, that young lad's got one on. He's only been there a couple of hours in the next door where I was before, and right across the back of the island, the other swim I fancied before I came, someone just got one over there, so maybe things are changing. Hopefully the fish are feeding, and hopefully these rods do something. He's got one down there as well, both sides of me. Come on, rods, what are you doing? Right there, a big lunker on top of our bait. Literally got 10 minutes to go, people. The dying seconds. Well, that looks like the end of the session, and it's a dead heat. The two rods battling against each other, didn't have a fish on either. The one fish I caught was my spare third rod, which was on sale. But for this battle of the baits, it's a draw. We'll have a rematch, maybe on a lake that's not as difficult as Prairie Lake at Elphicks. Thanks for watching, everyone. Tune in for the next Battle of the Baits video. If you go into my playlists of my channel, there is a playlist just for Battle of the Baits, so you can go through, watch all the different battles, bait versus bait. The one with corn, the old school bait, is a good video. Loads of fish caught. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video.